Thanks, Issi. It's honestly a real pleasure to have you here. I think a lot more people should be aware of the things that you do and the work that you do. And I guess your area of expertise has become a lot more popular recently. A lot more people are becoming more and more aware of it.
Yes.
Because I think you're blending like psychology, neuroscience, and then a holistic approach to certain topics.
Yes.
Before we get into all that, you've obviously been in the industry for a while. What's your journey been like and what are you doing at the moment?
I've been doing it now for 5 years. I started actually in 2013, but just helping friends. When I study NLP, practitioner and master practitioner, I just was helping at work. Wherever I was working, I just helping and doing things, and I enjoyed it because the results I was getting, it was profound. I was shocked many, many times. Even when I tried things on myself, by, let's say, driving for 45 minutes and repeating a thought. One thought for 45 minutes fixed my throat. I couldn't believe it. That shocked me, but then I started believing in it more and more. But the most important things that happened to me, it was 2017 when I was diagnosed as diabetic type 2.
Yep.
Of course, the doctor said to me, oh, you got to take this and this and that, and later on we give you more medication and more this and more that. He scared me because my A1C was 11.2. And when they did the check on my fingers here, took a blood to check glucose level, it was 20.7.
Wow.
Right? That scared me. And
you were much more overweight back then, weren't you?
no, I wasn't
No?
overweight too much or anything like that. It was all the junk food I was eating. I realized that from 2013 to 2000, I didn't stop it. All the junk that I was eating. And then, when he said that to me, I said to Anne, I said, I'm going to take the tablets and see what happened. First night, I took only half. Second night, half. Third night, half. And then red light came in my head. Easy, you're stupid if you continue that way. And I said to Anne, from tomorrow, I'm changing everything. I cut all carbs out, right? And was eating normal food. Okay?
Whole food.
Whole food, but no carbs.
Yeah.
And I was managing it for the first 6 months between 7 and 8, right? But I wasn't happy. I said, no. But in the meantime, I was also following, I don't know if you remember, Low Carbs Down Under, Low Carbs Denver, Colorado, Low Carbs Salt Lake City. They were all conferences with cardiologists, with pathologists, with so many doctors. And I followed every one of them and listened like I'm going to university.
Yep.
And I loved it. 6 months later, I said, I'm not happy with that. I'm going full keto. Full keto. From September 17 to September 18, I went back to the doctor to do blood test. And of course, he said to me, I am very, very impressed, Izzy. How did you do that? How did you get from 11.2 in 1 year to 5.8?
That's a big difference.
Yes. And I said to him, well, I was cheeky. I looked him in the eyes and I said, first thing, I didn't take your medication. But I changed my lifestyle, I changed my diet, and I'm still on it. And even today, I'm still on keto. Only in the last 12 months, I was introducing a bit of carbs, and it went to 6.9, right? And I said to myself, okay, Izzy, carbs are not for you, just continue.
How do you feel not having many carbs? You've become used to it, you feel good, you can function well.
I got more energy that a lot of people younger than me.
Well, I know you do, because I've seen you in the gym a few times.
Yeah. And I'm just loving it, you know? It's, the proof is in the pudding, like we say, right? Mind work is so important. That's why I call, by the way, my business, Hailing Your Body by Hailing Your Mind.
Yes. So what is it exactly that you do? For people that don't know who you are. And
I mainly, right, help them first to recognize themselves. They look at the mirror. Hey, who do you see in the mirror? They say, oh, I see me. And can you explain who is me? And that's when they start opening up and saying, no, I can't feel, I feel, nervous, this, that. Anxiety. Majority of things is chronic stress.
Yep.
As you know probably because you get them all the time.
Yep.
Not only chronic stress, but also they are not living in the now. They either live in the past or in the future. When they live in the future, it's anxiety. When they live in the past, depression. And people sometimes don't even know that they are depressed.
It's become normal for them.
I'd like you to do something for me now.
Tell me.
Just put a smile on your face and hold it. What do you feel?
Well, apart from feeling a little bit awkward, I feel at ease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not only that, you actually flooding yourself with dopamine, oxytocin, endorphin.
Yeah.
I call them nutritional emotion. Sometimes better than food. Right? I start using this in my clinic, talking to people about nutritional emotion, what they need really in the body.
Yep.
And that's when they learn the loving moment, right? Because that does exactly the same thing. Oh, I do the breathing. They put their hands there and I said, breathe in for 4, out for 6.
Yep.
And they do it 3 times only. And then I said, then you put your palms on your things and just feel the balance in your body. And they feel it.
So then you treat conditions like you mentioned anxiety. What other conditions are you?
Trauma.
Yep.
I do not only trauma, but I do also now kids with ADHD. But I got now my own method.
Yep.
It's like a little course for them, maybe 5 weeks. But I teach them first awareness. Because ADHD, they're flying all over. But the minute they go into awareness and into the now, those buzzing gone. It's amazing.
Yeah. And those are kids from like how old?
From the age of 6.
6
From
years
the
old.
age of 6 onward.
And so usually kids at that age, what are you seeing in them mainly? Like what kind of things are they coming in with?
You see, I see ADHD not as the pediatrician will see it or psychologist will see it, I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
I see it as a learned habit. A learned habit from childhood, from when they are toddlers and whatever.
And so they're learning it from their environment, I guess.
That's right. That's environment, parents, and I don't blame parents or anything. Parents are busy, right?
Yeah.
But watch the kids, that the mother will read a story at night to the kids. And then increase the time every night, because they don't have span of attention. But if they increase it by 1 minute every night, by the time a month's gone, 2 months gone, the child listening longer. And what happened to their focus? It's there.
So you're helping them, the kids that have things like ADHD or have been diagnosed with ADHD, you're helping the parents with techniques that they can use with the kids at home to increase their focus and their...
I'd rather see that with kids than see them on medication. Because what medication does? It's all it does, it's the symptom.
Yeah.
It doesn't fix the cause.
Yeah.
Most of medication like that.
Yeah. What other techniques can you give like a child that has ADHD? What else can you work with?
I would
them?
say to the parents, teach them awareness.
Awareness.
Because they are not aware. Why they are not aware? Because they are always on hype here and there and everywhere. But the minute you start slowing them down in a nice way, just say, hey, let's see if we can learn to live in the now.
How do they do that?
By learning how to be aware of things. And the first thing that I say to them, because they come with the parents in the car, I said, do you know what awareness is? No. You know when your mom driving or your dad driving, They notice the car in the front, the car in the side, the car in the back. Why do they do that? The kid will say, because they don't want to have a crash.
Yeah.
I said, but you see, they notice. This is awareness. They must notice, it's automatic. Once you learn to do that, it's automatic. But you got to be then focused on what you see. And then I teach them a method of sky and clouds. Right? I said, just imagine you are now the sky, and all your thoughts are clouds. They drift in, drift out, some of them gray, some of them very dark and charged, right? But does the cloud affect the sky? No.
So how long do you spend with a child then for this sort of...
We do it between 30 minutes to 45 minutes because we can't do too long with them, right?
Yep.
Some of them will stay 20 minutes and you can see it's already too much for them. But slowly they learn. And not only that, the parents say to me, they want to come to see you.
That's a good sign.
Yes. I get on with them very quick, nice. To me, I'm a parent myself. I'm not a grandfather yet, but, but this is the things, you know. You got to be very, very patient with them.
Well, I've heard that you've got some incredible results with kids, but you also see adults too, don't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
With the adult, I get also very good result. It doesn't matter. Even an adult has ADHD. I heard on Channel 7 in Spotlight, I don't know if you saw it, about ADHD.
Oh, ADHD is everywhere.
They were talking all about Ritalin, medication, this, and that old guy said, I'm going to be on medication for the rest of my life. And I said, just if you knew, you know, to myself.
So if I was to then walk into your practice and I've got ADHD, and as you know, everyone is talking about this at the moment, what would you do with me, or what would the program look like?
I will do, the program that I'm doing at the moment is 12 sessions, right? And the first one, for instance, is awareness. Learning that you are not your thought. Number one. That's the first most important, because that's foundation of everything. The awareness.
Yeah.
Foundation of everything. Second one will be the mind trap. Third one, emotional detox. Now, emotional detox is not going through all your past and everything. It's just learning how to ease the emotion and the intensity and let it pass.
So I'm assuming under all of these sessions there are different techniques that you give people.
It's built on like Lego.
Yeah.
The base, next one, next one, next one, next one. And by the time they get to, let's say, number 6, which is the inner child, right? They're already profound changes.
What kind of results have you achieved with people that have ADHD?
They go calm.
Have you seen them wean off medication?
They start, I said to them always from the beginning, I said, speak to your doctor.
Yep.
Tell him that you're doing now holistic way and you want to try a month without.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I can't see if you are changing or not changing. I never ever tell them not to take medication. I always say to them, talk to your doctor, see if he allow you. He might say yes, do it.
Okay.
Especially adult. With kids, I don't interrupt that. That's up to the parents to do whatever they want to do with the kids. Because it's very important that I don't say that, as you know. We're not allowed to.
And so like, what I also have been hearing a lot is people talking about trying to reset the nervous system.
Yes!
What does that actually mean and what does that involve?
It's exactly the same as nervous system the body learn from your language, right? The minute, for instance, if I say to you, bring a thought of anxiety or whatever it is, or a thought of you are not enough, whatever. Then when you bring the thought, do not do anything, just notice it, but then Notice where it hit you in the body. Right? Then I ask you to go into it, breathe into it. Right? It's all in you closing your eyes and you're doing it with guided imagery and visualization. And then you're doing this. And I said, now that you're already breathing into it, I want you to go now into, let's say, a neutral part of you. Maybe your palms of your hands or the feet on the ground. Right? And go in there for a second and rest there. Then come back and do back and forth. I call it pendulation.
Pendulation.
Like pendulum.
Yep.
Right? And what they do, as they do that, what is the nervous system learning? I can go and touch that tension, but not be drowned in it. Learning safety. And it's reset.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Nervous system will reset by what coming in. See, a lot of people don't understand that every thought that you bring in, right, will do something. Thought bring you feeling, feeling bring the same thought again, and it starts manifesting. And we always used to say, if you remember, we become what we think about.
That's right.
Yes, but on the other hand, we are not our thought.
Yes, that's
We
a
are the
good
observer.
distinction. Yep.
Eckhart Tolle, the power of the now. You heard about that book?
Yes.
Yes. What does he say? When you are in the now, you become the observer. How powerful is that when you are the observer? Nothing can get to you. Now the things that I teach people also very, very important. Drop expectation. Replace it by appreciation.
Some people might say that that's a lot harder to do than it sounds.
If they want harmony, if they want no judgment, if they want nothing to get to them, that's the only way. No expectation, only appreciation. Why? We've got to appreciate everyone around us. We don't know what sort of conditioning they had when they were little, what home they were born into.
Yep.
Maybe, alcohol, maybe drug, maybe violence. Who knows? That's why. No judgment.
I think that'd solve a lot of the world's problems, to be honest.
Absolutely, absolutely. I always work with people. You see, I don't have protocols. The only protocols now I got is this, right? That I'm doing, what I'm doing, that's embodied healing. Because half of the session is talking about it, and the other half is embodying meditation. The same things. For each session, it's different meditation to embody what you learned.
Yeah.
And then I give them the recording. They take it home, and for a whole week, they're recording it.
Look, as chiropractors and practitioners that see random people that come through our doors, some people will ask me, or they'll bring these topics up. The way I typically explain it to them is that there's definitely a connection between your brain and body. And I give them an analogy like, if you're getting up on stage, for example, you feel a sense of nervousness in your mind, which then creates a feeling of anxiousness in your body. And that gives them a good understanding that there is a direct link, or when you get shy, you'll get a flush of redness in your cheeks. So what you think in your mind can definitely affect your body. In terms of like everything that you do, is there anything that isn't necessarily science-backed or proven?
They're all science-backed, right? The biology of belief, okay? Breaking the habit of being yourself. All those things is scientifically proven. Neuroplasticity, that's a big thing now, right? Neuroplasticity, the more you learn new skills, the more your brain grows, even when you are old. There's no limit here on age. The doctors will tell you as you get older, your brain shrinks.
Yeah.
Right? Now you were talking about how to prove to people that thought can change their physiology.
Yes.
Or imagination can change. I say imagination can heal what logic cannot.
Imagination can
Heal what logic cannot. And I say to them, go back in your lifeline somewhere, pick up a point when you were excited, happy, proud of yourself, full of energy. Go to that moment. Find that moment. Now bring it in, leave it with the third eye. Close your eyes and leave it here in your brain as if it's happening now.
Yes.
They do that. And then they open their eyes and I say, how do you feel now? It feel like they were at that moment. From then, they brought the moment and relive it.
Yeah.
I do that with traumas, by the way.
And that's effective?
I do that with trauma for 15 seconds.
Yeah.
It's safe. Just think about it for 15 seconds. And then I bring them an image that they got to bring in. Then they don't see it, they just see shadows, and then suddenly they don't see it at all.
Yep.
And next thing they're seeing a beautiful, calming scenery. And we do it for 1.5 minutes each, around 15 times. By the time they get to 8, 9, 10, they might say, Izzy, I can't bring it anymore. Because I put stopwatch. How long it takes them, because I let them then do it by themselves. And as they do it, I'm watching the time.
Yep.
From when they close their eyes to when they open, look at the ceiling. Because I always tell them, when you finish, open your eyes, look at the ceiling for a moment and come back. And then I ask them silly question to get them out of that state.
So you help them deal with trauma in that way. What about pain? Can the mind actually switch off a pain signal?
Absolutely. What is the loving moment? I call the loving moment 1 minute medication.
1 minute medication, I like that.
Well, you know why I do that? Because they might have chronic pain in the back. And I know it is, most of the lower back, as you know, is the fascia.
Yep.
That's where the big concentration of the fascia, the pressing, and it can press on nerves and things like that and shoot pain. I have a customer that came with chronic pain he got all the time, and he believed that what they told him and that's it, right? I said to him, okay, let's try it. His sister was there, and I was telling him what to do. Now, he couldn't feel the love of his kids. He could not feel it. His emotion was blocked. But he's a reborn Christian. I said to him, okay, let's work differently. I want you to bring now the Holy Spirit into you. It's inside you now. It's giving you beautiful love, beautiful warmth, all that. And I'm just telling him that for about 5 minutes. We're repeating the same things. And then he opened his eyes and he was like mesmerized, like this. And I said to him, without thinking, get up and walk. He had crucial pain there and going into sciatic. And I said, walk back and forth. He said nothing. It went to 0, from 10 to 0.
How long did that session go for?
The session was in the beginning just to prove to him, because he is a non-believer about holistic and all
of this sort of stuff.
Just want to do. His sister brought him. Now his sister got treatment from me, and all her chronic pain, chronic fatigue, everything gone. And it's gone in 6 weeks.
Just by working with her?
Working with her calmness. It is amazing. Not only that, you know yourself, muscle memory, right? You know when I had my shoulder, right? It went very quick recovery.
Yep.
For my age, that was very quick recovery.
Because you were doing a lot of work on your own as well, as opposed to just getting treatment for it.
That's right.
What about, because I know you do a lot of work with like NLP, like neuro-linguistic programming and subconscious reprogramming.
I combine NLP and hypnotherapy together. I don't like doing hypnotherapy or anything, even though I study it. I don't want to. I'm just doing these two together, and I picked what I want. But you know what, with me, like I said before, I don't have type of protocols. Somebody come and start talking to me,
You tailor it.
I look at the soul in front of me, then I build something for that soul.
So what is NLP exactly then?
NLP, neuro-linguistic programming.
Yeah.
Neuro is the neuron. Linguistic is spoken and unspoken, which means thoughts, right?
Yeah.
Programming. Now, everyone from childhood, right, never got a little booklet saying, here is your, manual for the brain. Does anyone teach us that?
No.
Not in school, not in university, not anywhere. And how would you expect people how to use their thought, their brain and everything, and how to get out of all this programming?
So this is a technique that teaches them?
Absolutely. The main things that I got right now, it's going from a person by birth to a person by choice, without disrespect to religion, culture, or anything.
So what do you teach them exactly?
The awareness, it starts with the awareness, right, about themselves too. The mind trap, because how many things you got from the childhood, from as a child?
Oh, we all get it. It's subconscious, isn't it?
Yeah, and people tell us, you shouldn't do that, you should do that, you shouldn't do that, you should do that. But what about the would and wouldn't? That's where the conflict is. Between would and wouldn't and should and shouldn't, it doesn't gel.
Yeah. So I guess you're trying to retrain that person in the most optimal way possible, because inevitably as we grow older and as we have more and more experiences, and from childhood we take on all these other things that cause issues like anxiety, stress, depression.
Yes.
And so you're teaching somebody how to almost get rid of all that sort of stuff.
Absolutely. But you know the things that always people don't even realize, and if you ask them, whose life are you living? They're not living their own life.
Usually people live their lives to please other people.
They are living other people's life, whether it's their parents, their teachers, their friends, their everyone else that put 20 cents worth into it.
Yes.
Then it's become what they become. When I tell them, you are a person from the outside in, what we need to do, we have to bring your from inside out. Then it's really you, the authentic you. There's no other way.
Yes, I agree. The other thing that we see a lot, and in this day and age, with this sort of stuff, and like the phones, and people are always glued in front of their phones, what have you seen? Have there been any big impacts because of that you've seen present in?
Yes. The biggest things is children using technology, games, right? They get actually excitement from game inside. They can't get any more excitement from outside. Their world is there. People don't realize. You let the child play that become their world. That's become their belief.
How does that affect the child? In what way does it affect them?
Well, all this ADHD and anxiety of kids and panic of kids and everything that they do, right? It's also partly due for technology.
Because this is, again, something that a lot of parents will come in and talk about, and they'll say things like, sometimes they have no choice but to give the technology to the kids, or they can't stop their kids from being on the phones or the iPads all the time. How significant, though, is the impact of doing it occasionally? Is it okay for it to happen occasionally?
Yes.
Or?
If you say, if your kid's playing and you say, okay, you got 30 minutes, play, have a break.
Yeah.
Later on, if you want to go and do some more, yes. But don't leave them there for 2 or 3 hours.
Okay, that's when it starts
That's when I think it starts to affect them.
Yeah. So for adults then, that are addicted to their phones, how can they almost reset things just before they go to bed? For example, if they're glued on the phones all day long, what's one sort of technique that they can use?
I think the relaxation. They got to shut, like any computer. If you don't shut it properly,
And how do they do that?
This is our computer. You know, when I learned NLP, people used to say, what do you do with the NLP? I said, I become the IT for the neck top.
The neck top, yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is, if you don't shut this computer, imagine you at night, right? What happened? You are actually replaying your conversation from the day and things like that, right?
Yeah.
What's happened? Your chest get tight, your shoulder get tense, all sorts of things. You can't sleep.
You're not relaxed at all. Yeah.
But if you do breathing, even start counting breathing. I said to them, start from 25 and count your breathing down. They never ever get to number 1.
25, as in how would they do that? So
like 25 in and
25
out.
breaths, yep, in and out, and
yes.
then go 24 in and
That's
out.
right.
Okay, I understand.
And then they relax. Or they can do it like, put their hands there,
Yep.
and in for 4, out for 6.
Yes.
In for 4, out for 6. And you do it a few times, automatically you become in peace with yourself. And when you are in peace with yourself, you can go to sleep. Mm. The mind is, honestly, is the best power that anyone can have. But you can't fix the mind with the mind. You have to fix the subconscious, because the mind itself, or let's say the conscious mind, is only 40 bits per second processing. But on the other hand, the subconscious, 40 million, which means it's 1,000,000 times more powerful.
Yeah.
Who is going to win every time? You know, 98% of your thought come every day. It's the habitual thought. It's the routine. It's everything that you do. That's the thought that come true. Only 2%. And that's the things that we need to be more aware of.
Yep.
Get out of autopilot and start being in the now.
Living in the present. Yep.
Just saying to the subconscious, basically, listen, subconscious, from now on I'm taking the control panel, I'm taking the dashboard, and I'm running it.
And this is what you help people with?
Yes.
So you've also written a few books now, haven't you?
Yeah, I wrote 2, but I had bad luck with the publisher. The publisher not only defrauded me, but defrauded many other writers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he tried to take his life and then also gone bankrupt.
Yeah, right.
And then
okay.
I can't even, at the moment, I have argument with Amazon. They can't do anything about it. But somebody from United States gave me a number. I got to ring early morning, one morning, speak to someone, get them to change from him to me.
Yeah.
I haven't seen $1 from my books. Haven't. And I was very sad about it because...
You put a lot of work into that.
Yes.
The books themselves, you've written, I think, The Liberation.
The Liberation Code, breaking free from the shackles of conformity, and then changing behavior with brain pattern interruption technique. It's for teachers and parents.
Okay.
And I got instruction there for teachers, how to control the class better, how to do things, all with brain pattern interruption.
That's a good idea, because teachers...
Because if you talk to the child,
yeah,
that's the rebel brain. You need to talk to the subconscious, the operating system.
Can you give me an example of how you do that?
Yes. Let's say, how old are your children?
My daughter's 6 and my son says 4.5.
6, right? They like to be naughty and doing things, right?
Especially girls.
Yes.
Yeah.
And girls got what they call the fire. It's a good fire, don't block it.
She definitely
Right?
has fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
All you have to do is, let's say she did something wrong. Now she's expecting you or your wife to go there and raise the voice a little bit. Oh, don't do that. But what you do is put a smile on your face, which is hard.
It can be hard.
Yeah. Put a smile on your face, go there, tell her, come here, I want to hug you. Hug her and say to her, I love you very much. You pause, right, for about 5 seconds, and then you say, and I know you won't do it again. Or you say, and I know you will share with your brother. safe. All these things you can improvise what you're going to
Yes.
tell the subconscious. Because the subconscious expected reprimand, but you didn't do that, just like in hypnotherapy is waiting for instruction. And once you do this instruction, if you do it properly, both parents on the same page, doing it all the time, forcing themselves to do it, right? In few weeks, something like 4 to 5 weeks, they'll see change in the behavior of the kids. I got people that did that.
So that's a form of a brain pattern interruption technique.
Yeah, for positive parenting, positive discipline.
I like that. I'll try that.
Right?
Anything else that we can do as parents?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is TLC is the most important things for kids, but then let them be kids. A lot of them restrict the kids.
Yeah.
Let them be kids. They're kids and they will be kids.
And that means things like you go inside the house, and this happens with us all the time. You walk in the house and there's toys everywhere and they're making a bit of a mess. And initially, for someone like me, I'm very OCD. And I had to try and let go of that quite a lot.
Absolutely, and do.
And I forced myself to do that because I understand that kids will be kids. And they
You
have
were
to...
a child.
Yes.
We were the same.
So what happened in the opposite situation then? If I was to walk in and say, pack everything away, keep everything tidy, you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, but every
What
time you
happens to-
say, I'm not allowed, you're not allowed, you're not allowed, you're not allowed, it becomes limiting belief when they grow up.
And then that creates kids that turn into adults that have...
Lots of limiting belief.
Yep.
Even they can do it now as an adult, but they still believe that they can't do it.
Yeah,
It's ingrained.
it can get ingrained, can't it?
Yes,
That's a very good point. I think that's important for a lot of people to hear.
yes.
If someone gave you, say, a month to improve their physical and mental well-being, what's one sort of thing that you can give them to implement in the next 30 days?
Because when I treat people, all of them, I always give them homework. And I said, if you're not prepared to do the homework, don't even start. If you're prepared to do the homework, you will be able to improve. Because what we do, I give them exercise to do. First things that calmness and all that, that's got to be done religiously. Look themselves in the mirror, because I can tell you something. I bet with you, when you go and look yourself in the mirror, you're doing something, maybe you're shaving or something, never ever looked at your eyes more than a few seconds.
I barely have time to look at myself at all, but you're right.
That's
Yeah.
Everyone is the same. The reason you are missing what I call unconditional love, self-love. And if I say it, maybe I'm exaggerating, but 95% of population in the world do not know how to love themselves unconditionally. They think it's vain, they think it's egoism or anything like that, you know. But it's not.
How does somebody love themselves more? Do they have to train that like they would train a muscle?
I give them a metaphor. You look at the mirror, now you see your twin, identical brother. You're born together, but you're inseparable. Every time you go to the mirror, he's there. Now, he loves you unconditionally, right? You can, whatever. But then, would you criticize your identical twin brother?
Well, naturally, you love your siblings, so you have...
That's it. And you love them unconditionally. I say, love him. Don't say, I'm going to love myself. I'm going to love him. That's easier.
It is easier.
Easier for our brain to accept. And slowly, slowly, once you look at them, I say, go and look just with a bit of compassion, because everything that you want to actually fix, you do it with compassion.
Even when we're trying to fix things within ourselves.
Yeah. When did you give yourself compassion?
That's it.
Do you remember?
Well, yeah, no, not really. I'm naturally, again, very hard on myself. I'm very self-critical.
That's it. But when you love other people, you give other people, you do compassion, kindness, everything, and you're a very kind man, and I know it. But when do you have time out For Sam.
Well, my wife would say is when I'm at the gym for an hour and a half every day, that's my time out. But
it's not really. That's
it's not
good
really.
for you. It's good for you because it relaxes you and everything. But at the same time, you need to learn what is unconditional love. Because even in religion, right, God loves us unconditionally.
Yep.
Now, if we don't love ourselves unconditionally, how can He help us? We've got to be on the same level, on the same frequencies.
I agree. I'm glad we had this conversation because I think a lot of people need to hear this. These are very powerful reminders, especially in this day and age. There's
Yes.
so much stuff that's happening all around us.
Yes.
There's so many external stresses and there are financial hardships that people are going through.
Absolutely.
There are relationship issues that people are going through, and it's very easy to be to stop either loving yourself or caring about these things. So I think if anything, this is a great reminder for people
Yes.
to start working on themselves a little bit more.
Yeah. The last thing that I will say, unfortunately, in our limbic brain, on both sides of the brain, we got the little things like an almond size called the amygdala. The amygdala used to be our sixth sense. In the old days when there is no infrastructure, nothing, it's only caves and jungles, let's say. It used to warn us from animals approaching before even we see them, which means they used to save our life. But now the amygdala trying to save our life, actually killing us, right?
Yep.
You get a bill, big bill, put you into fight and flight mode. That's the control of the fight and flight mode.
Yep.
Now, when you are in a modern world, you are in a fight and flight mode 24/7.
That's right.
That's the biggest, I say, pandemic in the world. But once you retrain the amygdala by being in the awareness, the amygdala cannot affect you. Being in the awareness, being in the now. Like you and me now, we're talking to each other. We are in the moment, you're present, I'm present, right?
There's nothing else
and
we're thinking of.
I don't have any other life, you don't have any other life. That's the life now.
Yep. That's very powerful. Thank you, Issi.
Thank you.
I'm sure a lot more people will continue to become more and more aware of this topic, and hopefully people will actually do something about it as well, and not just read up on it and know about it, but actually make some action and change.
All they have to do, look at Google.
Yes, and reach out
Healing
to
your body by healing your mind. And if they go to a website, is healingyourbodyhub.com.
Cool. We'll make sure to plug that when we post all
Absolutely.
this stuff.
Thank you
Thank you very
very
much.
much. Thank you.
Issi. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it too. Thank you.